Hello everyone, this is just going to be a quick update. I got a bit of cedar fever, so you can probably hear it in my voice. Anyway, I forced myself yesterday, even though I wasn't feeling well, I forced myself to come out and work on the car for a little bit, using the, well, if you don't do it, it won't get done motto. So let me show you what I did, and we'll go from there. All right, so I cut down the excess fiberglass, so you can see that it came out pretty decent on this side. Not perfect. I do have an issue that it's a little too close along here, which sucks because that means when I get this off here, I've got to sand that to get enough clearance here. Anyway, but that's neither here nor there. I cut down the fiberglass. It's stuck up here from where I had it before, so I used my multi-tool, cut it flat, and then I just put my first layer of body filler here. It looks thicker than it is. I'm not the greatest at putting body filler down. I worked with a guy in the past that, I mean, he could lay down body filler and make it almost perfect. If I try to make it perfect, it ends up too low, and so I have to do it like 10 times to get it up to the right level. So now I just blob it on there. I'll end up sanding 90% of that off. So anyway, I did that. So I'll start shaping it. So what I did was I've been working my way from the front to the back, getting it closer to finished. You can see from this side that it's getting closer and closer. There's a few spots here and there. And then up in the front, I had to figure out what did I want this to look like. So I had to get it to a certain point so I could see what it looks like. One of the issues I have is I can't really see where this bottom of this eyebrow is. I've been sanding, trying to keep a line across here. I won't know until I get some gloss paint. It's not my skill to be able to look at that and say, oh, well, here's where it's high, here's where it's low. I have to put color on it. So I'm probably going to switch to putting black paint on because it shows defects the most. But anyway, so I got this kind of fit in. What's really going to happen is when I get the other pieces, let me grab it. Oh, and I had to play musical cars yesterday. I live on almost 2 acres. And I have propane, and my propane tank needed to be filled. Well, all my vehicles were in the way. You couldn't get the truck back there. So I had to play musical vehicles, which included, of course, jump starting my truck because I haven't driven it in months and it wouldn't start. Let's see. Okay. So this piece right here is going to go here. There we go. And basically like that. So it's not the perfect. You can see how it kind of curves in right here. So I'm going to have to undo that part, but at least this back part is shaped correctly to about right here. And then this front part, let's see, where did this go? Oh, there we go. So this went like this. Let me see. Oh yeah, see, I cut it right where, excuse me, right where the seam is, body seam. Because this used to all be here, so there's another piece that is missing somewhere. So it used to go just like this. Okay, so what I'll have to do is mount this here. There should be a screw hole. Wow, according to this, it was mounted like right there. Anyway, what I'll do is once I get this figured out, I'll move this to where it looks correct. To me, that looks about, oh, that's right, I moved this back. That's right, I moved this back that much, which is why there's filler right here. So that explains it. Okay, so it does line up with this back edge. Okay, so getting this right here, it needs to flow into that low spot right there, which will then go all the way back to here. I have it drawn way out to here. Let's see what that's going to look like. If this goes here. All right, so if that was, all right. Anyway, I'll have to work on that. That's one of those things that I don't know what's going to look like right now. I have a vague idea, but somewhere right there, that's going to have to flow in there. So this is going to have to come out to somewhere like right here. So the eyebrow come here and then come back in and curve in right here. So you can see what I did was I put this up. There's a gap right here. This needs to be raised up to there. So I put this in the spot that it belongs, used a screw right there to hold it in the right place, and then filled it with body filler. So maybe I'll be able to take that screw out today. I don't know. I'll have to see. But anyway, at some point, this will be raised up to match there. What I'm thinking I might do is go get some those paint sticks that you use to stir paint from like Home Depot or whatever, and pull up this part, slice it right here, along here, and then stack enough paint sticks that this raises up to where it meets with this right here. Fiberglass it all in place so it stays. I'm not sure how the factory did that, because the screws are right here. It almost looks like that. It must be some kind of a U shape. Anyway, I'll figure out how to do that. Anyway, this needs to be raised up to meet right there, yet still be able to be screwed in there. So I'll figure that out. At some point, I'm going to actually use the top part off of this part off of the C8. So all of this will be taken care of, and it meets right here automatically and goes to whatever direction it goes. I don't even know what direction it goes. So what I'll do is probably take it, put it on here, and then see what happens. Two problems is, one, this whole back end has to come off to do that so that I can put the C8 back end back on. But that's also going to solve the problem of, if you look over here, this is where the C8 was, and this is where this is. And my plan was to create a piece to tie this together, but now that I thought about it, I'll just use the C8 piece and do that. Same thing here. There's a gap back here. I've got to fill that gap in. So it's going to be easier. The other thing is, I've got that scanner, and I need to scan all of the C8 parts so that I can get the mounting point so that we can digitally do the next car instead of going through all of this work. This would be a lot easier to do on a computer. So I'll have to do that. Oh, so I have to scan those parts before I cut them apart, because once I cut them apart, I won't know what they look like before they were cut apart. All right, let's go back over here and we can look at what's here. So you can see this is what the C8 looks like. I'll go to the same side so you can see. All right, so that will fill in that piece right there. And then this will cover the gap. Not sure what's going to happen right here, because again, there was, you know, that much space there. I'll know. I'll probably end up cutting this straight across here, and then go ahead and continue this all the way across at the same angle. I won't know until I get it back there, but I think that's going to take care of that. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Oh, the other thing I did. So I got that guttering to make that section for the running board or lower balance or whatever. I did a rough cut yesterday. That's what it looks like. So this is what the guttering did look like. It's right here. And I just needed this section from here down to there. So there's the pieces I cut off. So I cut the length, and then I notched it so it would slide up in there. And so now this needs to come down in the middle. There's a curve behind this. But before I do this, I really need to get the door done. So what I'm gonna do is take the door off. I'm gonna fill in this gap. I was gonna cut the door flat here and then have it come out, cut it flat here and then have it come out behind. But if I look, there's some kind of piece right here. And I'm not sure what it is. And I wouldn't worry about it because I've been cutting all of the plastic stuff off, fiberglass stuff off anyway. But if I look over here on this side, on that piece, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There's some kind of metal shiny thing right there, and I don't know what it is, and I can't tell. It might be the sensor for the mirrors to warn you when there's a car in your blind spot. So maybe that's the radar thing. I don't know. I guess I could do some research and find out. Anyway, I'm kind of leery of cutting that away. So instead I will probably I don't know. I'll make the door flatter and I'll leave this, because it is behind the door, and maybe I'll put a plate right here. If this has to stay, once I determine if this has to stay, maybe I'll just put a plate here so it comes across here and then it comes down. Again, I don't know. I'll have to see when I get there. Anyway, that's where I'm at now. So go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that alert, and we'll see what I get done next time. See you then. Bye.